Of course, everybody can practice yoga.
So,
Because if Scorpio practices yoga, Scorpio would practice yoga because he wants to go deep into something. If Gemini practices yoga, he wants just an exercise and fitness. If Sagittarius practices yoga, it is because he wants to connect philosophy with the body. He studied the philosophy and he wants to see like some manifestation by doing it with the body, but he can stay easily in the sphere of philosophy only or spirituality. If Libra does yoga, it's because she sees in that the art of life. If Virgo does it, Virgo will do it because Virgo wants to have healthy life, healthy daily routine and so on. If Taurus does, there are not many Taurus people who are doing yoga. If Taurus does, finally he moves, he would do yoga. He would do some slow motion yoga because he's heavy. But we again generalize, there are different Taurus. If, for example, let's say Aquarius does yoga, he will do yoga because he goes to the club, meet people, because it is like good for networking, because maybe he has some nervous problem or he's gaining weight. Aquarians are gaining weight because they don't have sense for the place, for the space. They're everywhere. That's why they have big bodies.
Namaste, dear yogis.
Namaste to everybody. Namaste, Raj.
Namaste, Tanja.
Namaste.
So here we have with us Tanja, with whom I started my interview journey in Yoga Mitra channel. She was the first person I interviewed. She is a very famous astrologer in Prague, and of course in Europe as well. And
perhaps.
And just yesterday we did the very nice workshop, Yoga from India, straight in Prague, in Maitreya. And I don't know if you can see it, I'm actually staying or like doing this interview in Tanya's place in Prague. So
yes, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. And maybe you would like to tell the audience who don't know you yet, a little bit about yourself and also the workshops. Maybe.
Okay, shortly only. So my name is Tatjana Micić and I met with Raj in India. And actually, I'm not an astrologer by profession. That's very hard to be. I'm a philologist by profession. But at one point of my life, I started to be very interested in astrology. And then later, actually, I started doing it professionally. And then I exercised all my life almost, but never doing yoga really properly. And now when I'm 60, I decided to start doing it properly. So that's why I went to China. To India, I went to India and then with some other members of my family and with Raj, we were together at the course for the instructors of yoga. And then I actually started doing yoga, I would say more serious, just yoga, not mixing with other things. And I'm very, very happy about this. I feel this like my new life phase now, that it will be very much with yoga. I hope with India. Also.
Of course, India and yoga, you can't really...
It's connected, yes.
Definitely.
And with Raj and with similar people who are also involved in yoga. Definitely. So we then we did like this first workshop yesterday here in Prague, in the place that we call Maitreya. This is this Buddhist goddess. This is the place for spiritual growth and spiritual development. I rent there often for my seminars and courses that are based on astrology, or like spiritual growth, or philosophy, or Chinese philosophy, and things like that. And now we rented there for this yoga course, or workshop, which lasted one day, and it was for me perfect. Really, it was excellent experience. I'm very glad that we did. I'm very glad that this young man did organize this workshop together, and I think for me it was very successful, as it is the beginning. I think we did maximum. So hopefully we will continue with this, and we can organize maybe something in the autumn here in Prague, maybe in some other cities. There are some people who are asking us whether we should go or not to some other place. We are thinking of that because there are quite many of them, quite big organization, but possibly why not? We will see. This is for the future. So generally, this was very nice. I'm very glad.
Of course, thank you so much, and thank you for organizing everything. Without you, it would not be possible, I guess. And are there?
Thank you for motivating me to organize.
Thank you. And are there any kind of special moments that you would like to take away from this workshop that you really liked the most, or anything you want to say about it?
Actually, not really, because I enjoyed it very much, because that was the yoga how we presented. Yesterday was yoga like we did in India, like from the early morning until afternoon. You all the time do something. You either exercise or do pranayamas, or you do mantras, or you do different type of exercising, or they do adjustments, which we did not have, but we had sound healing, which was fantastic, that Raj did. So I actually enjoyed all of those moments because this is the yoga that I like. Like from the morning until evening, you do something and it's all the time different. For me, this was very nice. But I can say one moment that I liked really very much, and that was the end actually. When we took the picture of all of us.
Yeah.
You know, because we had the final ceremony and we gave to the people these dots, like they are now into yoga more deeper, like symbolically.
Yes.
We give them small certificates and so, and then we played mantra, like what was Gayatri mantra, and then we took a photo all together. You know, it was a happy moment.
It's a very community experience.
Yes. I like that. That was my favorite moment when we were happy and light and enjoying ourselves, and you know, just after finishing that nice day.
Yeah, I mean, for me as well, I think when I was doing the sound healing, I think that was the most best experience for me as someone doing it, because I really enjoy the feeling that I'm helping people to relax very well.
Yes.
And also the group picture as well. And
yes.
that happened after.
Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoy very much the sound healing and the relaxing part, but I also enjoyed very much the morning. With sun salutation and hatha, that was very good for me. Very good.
Really good. Well done by Nicola and Alex, were also the co-instructors.
Yes. And mantras we singing was perfect, you know, because this is like almost artistic part of the workshop. And I also enjoyed how you presented these mudras, because we studied the basic mudras, and then Raj played the sounds for these mudras. Yeah. You know, you can just talk, but you did not, you know, you organized it with the balls.
Yes.
And that was very good point for me also.
Great. Thanks a lot. And now that we are, after the workshop, maybe I would like to ask you some questions regarding yoga and astrology. I already asked you in the first part, but maybe as an extension. So do you think yoga can really help to reduce the negative effects of difficult planetary periods sometimes?
Yes, not just yoga, also different exercises or spiritual practices. Definitely, because if you study astrology, you know what is difficult in astrology. In astrology, it's difficult when you have, for example, big planets like this Pluto, Neptune, or Uranus, which are not used by Jyotisha, not used in Indian astrology. In Indian astrology, they're like power that is behind everything, like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. But these three planets for us are not Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. We even consider them like the rulers of the certain sign. Like for us, certain signs have two rulers, and some signs have also these trans-Saturnian planets as a ruler. So in Western astrology, or we can say tropical astrology, hard things are when these huge giants that are behind Saturn, when they make opposition or a square or conjunction with some natal planets, ascendant or other cardinal points, this can be very tough. Also, if they make a square, if, for example, Pluto is squaring somebody's Pluto in the natal chart, or things like that, this is very tough time. Very, very tough. It's much tougher than like when you have aspects with Saturn that Indian astrology deals with. You know, Saturn also can be very heavy when it makes conjunction, or if it makes square or opposition or whatever. And generally, we can read what is tough time. Yeah. We know what is tough time from astrology. And in these times, actually, especially if Pluto is involved, I can say that any medicine cannot help that the Western world offers. You know, many of you maybe are interested in Western medicine or believe in Western life philosophy and everything like that. But my experience is this, that they cannot help, you know. It means that medicines, these chemical medicines, it does not help, and psychology does not help, as understood in Freudian terms, as they teach it at the universities, you know. So there are moments when you have to actually do yoga, or you need to be in contact with astrologer or this astropsychologist, or you need to find somebody who has this bioenergy or can work with the hands, or these kind of things. And all of these practices, actually in Europe, they're called alternative things. They call it alternative, you know. And all these alternative things actually belong to the complex systems. These are complex systems. Complex systems are natural and they're holistic. So in order to heal yourself in tough moments in life, you need holistic approach. So you need to work either through yoga, either through astrology, either through Chinese medicine, or anything that is holistic, that can give answer to that what is happening with you and give medicine. So these things can explain why do you have that, and also can tell you what is the way out. And it can take you through that hard period by step, you know. Either you analyze yourself and you're becoming more conscious by astrology or something similar, or you do yoga, you change your food, your diet, you change your daily rhythm, you start singing mantras because you understand this magic and vibration of the sounds. You know, when you actually, you cure any disease, you can cure when you find the meaning, the meaning of that, what you are in. Because if you are in a tough period, that means something.
Yes.
You need to know what that means. When you understand what that means, then God will lead you somehow to find the medicine for that. I mean, not just medicine, not the pill. And that can be yoga, and that can be many other similar things. And that usually very tough periods usually lead people, when they find finally the way how to help themselves through so-called alternative things, that usually leads them to completely new stage of life. Often they're completely transformed.
That's a beautiful way too.
And in these transformative times, we need yoga and similar things. But I don't mean yoga as a fitness, please. That's what we were explaining yesterday. Not yoga, just you do something and have stronger muscles. No. Yoga with all these things that yoga is.
Yeah.
Like breathing and slow movements and relaxation and so.
So it's all very, very inclusive in yoga, which we also did in the workshop as well. And maybe now we talk about the moon. So, so what do you think? So which of the moon phases are the best for any kind of manifestation or any kind of inner work? And I know that like some people, they also feel like emotionally heavy when they have like full moon phases. Do you have any kind of thoughts on that?
People who have some troubles, like emotional basically, because in Western astrology, moon is dealing with emotions. It is watery planet. It is water, and water is emotion. And the element of water and emotions are something that is the biggest part of ourselves. This is like we are water, almost 90%. And our emotional file, the whole file that we have inside that is concerning emotions, we basically create in a very early stage of life, in prenatal stage, and until the 3rd year of life. This is lunar phase in astrology. And in this phase, actually, what we felt in that phase, before we were born and in the first years, that's something that we have deeply inside, and it remains there forever. But we are not conscious of it. It's much in the subconscious. So lunar energy, first of all, lunar energy is extremely important for all of us. The second thing, moon has phases, and in each phase we react different. And then each phase of the moon can be in a different astrological sign, and that also has a meaning. In the West, we don't have nakshatras, as they have in India. This is what I would like to have in Western astrology, but we don't. Many things I like much more in Western astrology, but nakshatras I would like to have from the Indian. So it's very important to follow the moon. So if somebody has troubles around the full moon, that must be that that person has strong emotions, or that person can be emotionally hurt maybe in the childhood or even in prenatal phase. And these people can usually, very often they're Cancer sign, I like to say crab. So they were born as a Cancer or crab, or they have moon in Cancer and crab, this is even stronger. So either sun or moon, moon in crab is very strong. And also people who have, like for example, moon in Scorpio. These people can react very, very emotionally when it's a full moon. But not just the moon in Scorpio, actually the sun in Scorpio also. But you can have people who have like 5 planets, let's say like they have important planets in another sign, like in Virgo. They have sun in Virgo, and they have, for example, one more thing in Virgo, maybe ascendant Virgo. They would say, oh, typical Virgo. But this Virgo can have 5 planets in the Cancer sign, in the crab sign. And that can mean that they're also actually very keen, if that's the English word, to the full moon, they would also react. So we can't say just generally. We have to look at the natal chart.
Okay, so it's very specific.
It's very specific, like everything. But who are those people who react a lot? They're lunar types. And to be lunar type, you have to have strong water in your horoscope, or strong position of the moon, or strong Cancer, or whatever. And then the phases. The phases of the moon are like the basic thing in agriculture. These people who were doing agriculture, they know everything about the phases of the moon. But let's say for us, the 4 important points, okay? So this bottom point is the new moon. And when it's a new moon, we don't do anything. On new moon, we don't do anything. We wait for the first visible, how is this in English, this word? When you feel the first part of the moon, like this, the line, when you
crescent
see
moon,
crescent, when you feel, when for the first time, this is the 3rd day after the new moon, you see a little part of the moon. This is when you start things.
Okay, yeah.
You never start things on the new moon. You don't have energy on the new moon. Nobody has energy. We wait 3 days after to start anything. Sorry. And then, with the first half of the moon, when the moon after the 3rd day, and around the first half of the moon, it's excellent time to start anything.
Okay.
This is the time to start new things. If you want to advertise something, if you want to start a job, if you want to publish book, whatever, it's excellent time. Then this is, you said like this, this was new moon. And how now this part here, this is the first quarter. And then when it's the top, when it's the full moon, at the full moon, you finish things.
Okay. So
you never start anything at the full moon. You finish. This is the culmination. And after that, when the moon starts falling down, before it makes the second quarter, you can slowly finish whatever you did. You're still comfortable. There is a lot of energy. You can deal with everything. You just don't start anything new.
Okay.
Okay? But you're still very active. It's time to be active. It's time to finish whatever you started. It's time to be with people and whatever. Very active in job. It's still good. And after the second quarter, until the new moon, it's time to relax. This is the time to relax. In that time, many people cry.
To let all the emotional blockages out.
Yes. This is the time when you clean yourself. Yeah. This is time for cleaning.
Okay.
So I always say to people, if you cry, which many women do, it's, of course, this is connected with menstruation cycle of a woman, and many women cry. And men also, but women more, before the new moon, And it's good. It's normal. You just clean yourself from the pain, from that what was collecting inside of you. You don't need it anymore, and so on.
That was a very good answer to the question. And maybe very briefly, is there a connection between the nervous system and the planetary work?
Of course. Everything in ourselves is connected with the planets. Planets and this planetary system we live in, this solar system we live in, is completely connected with every part of ourself. Actually, we with our body and with our life, we are creating in every moment in our life that what has a name like this celestial Adam, like the first man,
Adam and
Eva and Adam. We are making this Adam by living. The Adam is living in us, in each of us. Adam, the first man, as they call it, or Adam, he is in the horoscope. The head of Adam is in the 21st degree of Aries. This is where this creation of the human starts. And how the sun travels to the Tropic of Cancer, to Libra, to the Tropic of Capricorn, and again to Aries sign. That's how the universe every year creates this human, actually this Adam, which is the first man. And this is in our solar system. We can talk about that in the galaxy also. And then each of us actually has this body as the Adam has.
Physical body,
So we all also have the beginning as this universal man, Adam, is created by the movement of the sun every year. That's how we also have a year, So we are creating this all the time. So every part of our body is connected with something. So to say that nervous system is not connected with anything would be completely ridiculous because there is no any little part of us that is not connected with the universal atom or the movement of the sun, and then later with the movement of the planets and movement of the whole universe and our galaxy. So nervous system in astrology is connected with the sign of Aquarius, with the planet Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius in Western Tropical. The old ruler is Saturn, but new is Uranus. And also even we can say that with the nervous structure is connected Gemini and Mercury, which is the ruler of Gemini. But in tropical astrology, actually Aquarius and Uranus, they are the higher octave of Mercury and Gemini.
Okay.
They're connected. Just Mercury and Gemini are very basic energy of this, and much higher energy, which are very refined energies, is actually Aquarius and its ruler Uranus. And you can easily find this in horoscope that if Uranus is transiting and touching some points that are sensitive, these people are totally nervous, like that there is electric proud going through this electric, what is this?
Electric shock or
going through them, they're moving like crazy,
Like
vibrating very
time.
fast. You can't be close to them and so on.
A lot of pent-up energy, something like that. You can
Yes,
say.
so that's what is connected in astrology, basically saying, But every planet can be whatever, just to know. Every planet can have something with everything else that exists. We make some separations, but all the time we can connect also everything.
That was a very beautiful and elaborate explanation. Thank you. So now we have a very short and very fun segment for us. Of course, we know that we can't really, like you said, you can't really specifically say, okay, for this zodiac sign, we have some specific things, but we'd just like to know a general opinion. So what do you think? Which zodiac signs are most likely to do yoga, let's say?
Of course, any zodiac sign, because if we speak generally, we don't reach the point. So if we want to know if one person is, for example, Piscean, then we need to do the synthetic analysis of horoscope. And we see if he was born in the sign of Pisces, if he's real Piscean or he's maybe completely something else, just the sun is his Pisces, But if you want me to generate, of course, everybody can practice yoga.
Otherwise, it would not be accessible to everyone. So.
Because if Scorpio practices yoga, Scorpio would practice yoga because he wants to go deep into something. If Gemini practices yoga, he wants just an exercise and fitness. If Sagittarius practices yoga, it is because he wants to connect philosophy with the body. He studied the philosophy and he wants to see some manifestation by doing it with the body, But he can stay easily in the sphere of philosophy only, or spirituality. If Libra does yoga, it's because she sees in that the art of life. If Virgo does it, Virgo will do it because Virgo wants to have healthy life, healthy daily routine, and so on. If Taurus does, there are not many Taurus people who are doing yoga.
Okay.
If Taurus does, finally he moves, he would do yoga. He would do some slow motion yoga because he's heavy.
Okay.
But we again generalize. There are different Taurus. If, for example, let's say Aquarius does yoga, he will do yoga because he goes to the club, meet people, because it is good for networking, because maybe he has some nervous problem or he's gaining weight. Aquarians are gaining weight because they don't have sense for the place, for the space. They're everywhere. That's why they have big bodies. They would because of these reasons and so.
Okay, that is very, very nice. So as you said, you can't really specifically tell, but
everybody has different reason to do it.
Exactly. But it's good that everyone is doing it and is going. And maybe the best zodiac sign for sound healing. What do you think?
The best zodiac sign for sound healing can be any zodiac sign. Again, if a Libra would do it, she would do it because she enjoys the art of sound. And if Sagittarius would do it, it's because it's connected deeply with his life philosophy. And if Cancer would do it, Crab, it will do because he's obsessed with music. They love music very much, And then if Capricorn would do sound healing, which is strange, this is really, this would be, for example, but it's always possible. because we think Capricorns are like career oriented, but you have many monks that are Capricorns, many, because they have to achieve something great, and they're ascets. They know how even to discipline themselves in any condition. So either to make money and have career, or to be Mr. in spirituality. So if they would do sound healing, that could be because they mastered themselves. That would be something very special, and so on and so on.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And yeah, maybe the last question is like, okay, maybe not related to yoga, but what do you think about which signs are like the most romantic in general?
Romantic.
So,
Well, we know who are the romantic signs. The romantic signs are not signs, but people. Romantic people are those who have Venus and Neptune strongly positioned in their horoscope,
okay.
or in conjunction or in important places with some important planets. If you want to generalize, that would be a combination of Libra with Pisces. Because
Libra
Venus is Venus rules in Taurus and Libra, Venus. So for romantic, we need Venus, which feels well in Taurus and in Libra. And for even more romantic, the biggest romantic in the world, we need Neptune, which is the ruler, the second ruler, new ruler of Piscean sign. And in old ruler is Jupiter. And in India is still Jupiter, ruler of the Pisces. So I would say this combination we definitely need.
Nice. Well, and yeah, one question, very important question that I missed, because I really love doing yin yoga. So what do you think, which signs or which zodiac signs they need yin yoga the most? Because they are always not relaxed, let's say. Which of them do they need to do yin?
Yin yoga. Everybody can need yin yoga, of course. We learned that we cannot generalize.
No discrimination here, of course.
We cannot generalize. But yin yoga is good for people who are not movable much, who are a little slow. Maybe they should have melancholic nature. Melancholic nature are earthly signs, earth. This is Virgo, Taurus definitely, and Capricorn. These earth signs in tropical astrology. But not just that. If we would say by sign, of course, Taurus people are quite slow. So for them, because they're slow, it can be then watery signs like Cancer or Scorpio or Pisces. Cancer, because he likes to relax, and maybe if you have yin when you play sounds, it's very good for Cancer people.
Definitely.
And Piscean people also, because they like to meditate, they like these transcendent things that is coming from music and so. Scorpio also can be quite good for yin yoga because they have strong tension inside of them. But Gemini also, because Gemini are nervous. And Aquarians also, because they don't like to move. Generally speaking, Aquarians don't move that much, and their nervous system works really a lot, So basically everybody.
So that's good for us, because then we can spread the word amongst all of the human population.
Everything.
Super nice. Just unfortunately the time we never have enough time. So any kind of closing thoughts for people for all the people who are not yogis, for all the people who are yogis, for everyone, do you have any closing thoughts for everyone?
Yes, actually I can say something here, because Raj lives in Germany and he is now living in this western part of the world, and this is this very materialistic part of the world who created this materialistic paradigm for everybody. Even they invented communism, that was also materialistic culture in a way. So this materialistic approach, when you think of yourself and of your life through your body, through your food, through money, to career and this, I think this leads to complete disaster. And the only way how we can think of ourselves and of the world in a proper way, according to me, is this holistic approach. And this holistic approach is still in Ayurveda, it's in yoga, it's in Chinese medicine, it's in Qigong, it's in all of those cultures who preserved this archaic style of living or curing diseases or whatever. And we also had that. I'm Slavic by origin. I'm Serbian living in Czech Republic. And I know quite a lot of this old Slavic culture, which has actually origins in old Vedas, because we all, until recently, had very similar habits. And I think we need to go back to that and to continue with this materialistic approach to life, this leads to alcohol, to drugs, this leads to life without balance, it leads to culture
All kinds
of
of
pirates.
problems.
They just want to steal and steal and steal to have more and more, and then they die and they don't have anything, So in order to survive in this completely crazy world where we let this Western materialistic culture to lead us, we need to wake up in a way and to turn another side. That's what I would say.
That's, definitely. I mean, everyone could follow this advice. Be less materialistic and more towards spiritual growth in a way.
Yeah, you need to understand what is your place in this world and do this. This does not mean that you cannot have a credit card and you can stop. I met people who were involved in spirituality. They sold everything. And that was disaster, because you can't do this in this world. In this world, you need to survive. In any world, you need to survive in this because of this material part of ourselves. But to create God of that, to create the only life philosophy, this is complete disaster.
It's important to find balance, I would say.
Yes. It's important to find balance, and it's important just to address this spiritual part of ourselves.
So that was a beautiful way to conclude the interview. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Raj.
And I will put the link to Tanya's channel. She has symbolic thinking is what she promotes as well. And I'll put the link for anyone who will be very interested in this. And thank you so much for listening to our
Thank you everybody. Thank you. Stay well.